Sure, the Patriots have lost a couple of times this year, but was their Week 4 matchup against the Bills actually their toughest test of the 2019 season? And how will it be when the teams meet again on Saturday? I'm Alex Barth, joined by Evan Lazar. This is Patriots Press Pass, brought to you by betonline.ag. It's nearly postseason time, so there's seeding up for grabs. There's draft picks up for grabs, too. We'll see that in a couple of weeks with the Miami Dolphins. Play along with all the action on betonline.ag. Use the promo code CLNS50 when you sign up for a welcome bonus. Again, all of your playoff action, both college and pro, betonline.ag. Use the promo code CLNS50. So, Evan, that first meeting in Buffalo, we got to go way back to September here, but the Bills actually held the Patriots to a season-low 224 yards in that game. That's not passing. That's total.
That's still Tom Brady's worst game of the season. Not statistically, just in my eyes, still Tom Brady's worst game of the season.
And 224 yards, it's not their fewest by like a little bit.
Yeah.
By almost 40 yards.
Yeah.
So, what did the Bills do back in September that gave the Patriots such fits?
Well, they have a great defense. They have a great scheme, and they're very, very comfortable within that scheme, and the players execute it at a very high level. It's definitely one of those defenses where there isn't a ton of game plan wrinkles, but they just execute their stuff so high, at such a high level, that's really tough to beat. And some of the things they do in the secondary to start off, very, very creative in the secondary, and they play a ton of different coverages. Yep. They play 27% cover 1. They play 27% cover 3. They play 27% cover 4. You know, there's just a lot of different split safety, post safety, man coverage, zone coverage. They go through them all. And they have two safeties, Micah Hyde, chief among them, who is very, very good at just disguising all those types of looks. And they cycle through them and they really spin the dial on you. And against an offense like the Patriots, who want to adjust every single route based off the coverage, if you have to kind of pause post snap to figure out, okay, the safety was up top and now he's rotating down, where am I going? That's where you start to run into some issues.
And then you look up front, too, what they have. Ed Oliver has been a great addition. Shaq Lawson, obviously the veterans, Jerry Hughes, Lorenzo Alexander. This is a front that is experienced and is disciplined. Yeah,
and certainly those linebackers, too. Tremaine Edmonds and Matt Milano
Tremaine Edmonds as well,
might be one of the best young linebacker duos in all of football. And those guys have athleticism. They got aggressiveness. Tremaine Edmonds especially is going to come downhill at your offensive line. He's going to blow some guys up. They have a very, very aggressive front, and they can be aggressive because the secondary led by Trey White and all those guys is so good that they can lean on it. It's not a different, it's a very kind of similar system, I would say, just in terms of their structure as the Patriots. It's a very different scheme, very, very different scheme. But just in terms of what they have personnel-wise, they have a really great all-star secondary, and that allows the front seven to wreak havoc.
Same concept, same idea. You can get aggressive up front with the help back.
Yeah. Now, and one really good corner. You know, Trey White.
So but the Bills are world beaters defensively, yet they're in second place in the division. Why is that? They must have shortcomings.
Yeah.
Well, the offense,
this is Josh Allen.
It's getting there, but they certainly struggled in Week 4 against the Patriots. They've gotten better, though. What will the Patriots see this time around? What's changed? What's better that wasn't there or was worse in Week 4?
So Buffalo is 22nd right now in offensive DVOA. So it's not, they're a bottom tier offense still.
Bad, not horrible.
Right. But I think looking at Josh Allen, because he's the one that starts it all. And they have a lot more skill players this year than they've had in years past. They bring Devin Singletary to this game. They didn't have him in Week 4. He was injured. Singletary is kind of like a scat bag, Dion Lewis type, can catch the ball out of the backfield, has great elusiveness in the open field. John Brown has really developed into a stud. He's a true number one receiver, and Cole Beasley and the tight ends have been nice kind of complementary pieces for them. With Josh Allen specifically, what I'm seeing with him on tape is he's a lot more comfortable in what they're doing schematically and in their system and just within the NFL game. So he looks more comfortable. He knows where he's looking. He understands how to read the coverage a little bit better, and he's getting the ball out on time, and we're seeing less of those sporadic turnover plays where he's throwing off his back foot and trying to throw across the field and making something out of nothing and just making terrible decisions with the ball. So we're seeing less with that. The accuracy is still a concern, but I think the biggest thing that's going to happen on Saturday night is that I really expect Bill Belichick to come after him. This is not going to be a mush rush game where they're just trying to keep Josh Allen in the pocket and play coverage in the back end. They are going to blitz the heck out of Josh Allen because he is one of the worst quarterbacks in the league at handling pressure. He's actually 32nd out of 33 qualified quarterbacks and PFF grade under pressure. So that's really been his weakness, and it was his weakness in week 4. And then Baltimore a few weeks ago unveiled a lot of the same kind of blitz packages the Patriots did, and it gave him problems back then too.
You want to talk about pressure sort of in a broader sense.
Yeah.
The Bills are going to have to come into Foxborough for a chance to win the division. This is a team that in the Brady-Belichick era in meaningful games here is 0-16. They've won here twice. Once was a Week 17 game. A couple years ago, Brady didn't play the second half. The Patriots had everything locked up. They benched everybody. The other was the end of the Deflategate suspension. Jacoby Brissett started with a broken thumb.
Sure.
Should beat a quarterback with a broken thumb in the NFL. This is a, I don't want to say young team, but they haven't been in this spot very often.
Yeah,
the guys
it's
who
an
are
inexperienced team in terms of these big
The guys who have been in Buffalo for a long time have not played in many games like this. They're going on the road against a divisional opponent. Second meeting. And, you know, Bills fans will tell you, despite the fact the team, they played in 4 Super Bowls, by the way, in the 90s. Bills fans will tell you this is the biggest game in Bills history.
It's a big one.
Can Sean McDermott, Josh Allen, the rest of that team rise to the moment? Is there any reason to believe the Bills can come in here on Saturday and do the unthinkable?
Absolutely. I don't even think it's that unthinkable at this point, the way this Bills defense is playing and the way the Patriots offense has looked. This is going to be a game that if this game opens up and ends up being a shootout, I think we all will be extremely shocked. This is probably going to be a very similar to the Week 4 matchup.
Be Big Ten football.
We're going to be in the teens, you know, and we're going to have a game that's going to be close, at least within a one score type of scoreboard close. I don't know how close it will actually be when all is said and done, but scoreboard close. And so that leaves itself open to definitely being able to win this game if you're Buffalo. I think the biggest thing is what I just said about Josh Allen. This is a showcase game. 4:30, everybody in the country is watching, and he's had some big games in those moments this year. Thanksgiving, I think, is chief among them. They had a great game against Dallas. The biggest question is, for me, is Josh Allen, is he ready mentally to handle Bill Belichick's defense? Physically, he can make all the throws. He looks great in the pocket, yada, yada, yada. But can he mentally go through the progressions, get through the blitzes that Belichick's going to throw his way, and understand what he's looking at enough to avoid another 3-interception game like he had in Week 4? Because let's face it, they picked the Bills quarterbacks off 4 times. Matt Barkley threw one of those picks. That's what lost them the game. That and the block punt is what lost them the game. And
let's not forget, communication is going to be tough. It's going to be loud here. It's a Saturday 4:30 game. They've been on the road. It's a big game in December. I mean, folks around here, it's kind of 2 fan bases that haven't had a big game in December for a long time.
Shots fired.
In slightly different way. You think so?
Shots fired.
All right. Well, I thought that was a little humbling for Patriots fans. All right. That'll do it. We'll talk plenty more about this matchup tomorrow. You can find it all on CLNSmedia.com. In the meantime, this edition of Patriots Press Pass has been brought to you by betonline.ag. For all the end-of-season NFL action, visit betonline.ag. Use the promo code CLNS50 for a 50% welcome bonus. For Evan Lazar, I'm Alex Barth from Gillette Stadium. Thanks for watching.